So YouTube has essentially killed small car channels with this update. Now, what am I talking about exactly? Well, if you don't already know, starting from February 1st, 2027, YouTube is doubling the requirements for basically entering their YouTube partner program, which basically means they're doubling the requirements that creators need to hit in order to make money from YouTube videos. Now, here's why this is a problem for small car channels specifically. You see, a lot of awesome car creators are building their platforms using YouTube Shorts. I myself post a lot of YouTube Shorts, even though I do long form as well. And just to give you a quick rundown on the stats, previously you needed 4,000 hours of long form watch time, or you needed 10 million views within 90 days in order to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program. Now, YouTube has essentially doubled this. So now, instead of 4,000 watch hours in a year, creators will need 8,000 hours of watch time in a 365-day period in order to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program. Or they will need, and this is the essential part, they will need 20 million shorts views in a 90-day period in order to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program. Now, a few things to break down. Some of my favorite car channels are actually blowing up using YouTube Shorts. Now, of course, there are many awesome channels that post long-form videos as well, but we can't deny that car content on YouTube Shorts has kind of been popping off lately. But these requirements are essentially going to nuke all of these awesome Shorts car channels, and this is why. Okay, so YouTube is doubling the number of watch time and views that you need in order to qualify for monetization, right? Okay, fine. But what they're doing with Shorts is downright evil. Oh my goodness. So, under the old requirements, you would need 10 million views in a 90-day period in order to get monetized, like I said. Under the new requirements, you're gonna need 20 million views in a 90-day period to get monetized. And in order to stay monetized, you're going to have to maintain 10 million views, this is for Shorts, every 90 days. Now, let me tell you why this becomes a problem. Okay, 20 million views for Shorts is an astronomical number. So when this change goes into effect, again, February 1st, 2027, a lot of creators who might have gotten monetized under the old requirements probably aren't getting monetized with car YouTube Shorts. And here's the thing, the fact that YouTube says creators are going to have to maintain 10 million Shorts views every 90 days in order to stay monetized is, again, completely ludicrous in my opinion. And although YouTube says that they're doing this to combat AI slop, the AI channels are the only ones who are going to benefit from this, because the AI channels are the ones raking in millions and millions and millions of views per video anyway. A lot of car Shorts YouTubers, even the ones who are doing really well, aren't raking in millions of views per video. So if these requirements go up, it is absolutely going to nuke these channels. Now, I know what you're thinking, Quincy, I've had a look at my favorite Shorts car creator. They're getting a couple 100,000 views per video. I think they'll be fine because over 90 days, they can get enough views. But this is what you're missing. When we look at views for monetization, we're not looking at just the public-facing views. The views that YouTube actually counts towards monetization, joining the YouTube Partner Program, are actually engaged views. So whenever someone lands on a short, even if they scroll right past it, if they saw that short for at least a second or two, that counts as a view. However, it doesn't count as an engaged view. An engaged view is when someone watches a longer portion of the short, and that's the number that YouTube cares about when it comes to joining the YouTube Partner Program. Now, why do I bring this up? A lot of the views that we see from our favorite creators' accounts aren't the engaged views. We see the public-facing overall views, but remember, in order to get into the YouTube Partner Program and under the new regulations, in order to stay in the YouTube Partner Program, you need to maintain an insane number of engaged views. Now, let me give you an example of why this is going to completely nuke small car channels. So like I said, I post car shorts on this channel as well. These are some of my most viewed shorts. Now, as you can see here from my analytics, when you look at the public facing views, some of these have a decent number of views, especially for a channel of my size. However, if you go deeper into the analytics and you actually take a look at the engaged views, you can see that the engaged views are basically half of what the public facing views are. And this is one of my more recent viral videos which got over 100,000 views. If you go deeper into the analytics of this video and look at the engaged views, so the views that would count towards monetization, it's actually this number. So this is why I believe that when we look at our favorite shorts car channels, even the ones that look like they're getting a decent number of views, so a couple 100,000 views per video, we need to remember that that number is basically almost half. So my question is, how on earth are small car creators going to maintain these astronomical view requirements? Because again, even when we look at some of the more successful car channels that blew up using shorts, if you stop posting for even a little bit, you're done, you're cooked. If your views dip for a month, even just a little bit, which happens due to algorithmic fluctuations, you're done, you're cooked. So if YouTube is saying that this update is to make the platform better and to reflect the growth of YouTube, but creators are actually having a harder time getting views because it's not even about the public facing views, but the engaged views, how on earth is anyone going to stay in the YouTube partner program if they're relying on shorts? Now, I know what you might be thinking. I know what you're thinking because that's the same thing that I've been thinking with this channel. I was thinking, well, let me make nice shorts. They don't have to go super duper viral, you know, as long as they get decent views. And then let me grind out long form videos so that I can get to 4,000 watch hours. And then once I get to 4,000 watch hours, I can monetize the entire channel, both long form and shorts. So even though my shorts don't get that many views, I can still at least make something from them because the channel is monetized. Oh boy. Not under the new rules. YouTube said no ways. So basically, under the current system, if you enter the YouTube partner program, you can still make money from your shorts, which justifies putting some effort into posting shorts. However, under the new system, if you're only monetized for long form, putting time and effort into shorts that you're not gonna get paid for is essentially doing it for free, for fun. Now, of course, we're creators. We are supposed to be passionate about what we do. But the thing is, once we start to want to level up these channels because we want to make better content for the people who are watching us, it becomes imperative to look at things strategically. And I just don't see how car channels are going to survive this, honestly, especially if they're relying on shorts, because this is crazy. This is insane. I mean, this is one of my favorite car channels. Okay, now again, remember what I said to you earlier, the difference between public facing views and engaged views. Okay, if we assume that they post, say, 5 times a week, okay, they post Monday to Friday, so that's 5 videos a week, we can estimate that they get this number of views per 90 days. Okay, but remember, those are the public facing views. We need to then essentially cut this number in half, and this would be the number of views that they're getting in a 90-day period. This is not going to be enough. And so honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but I think we might be cooked, boys. We might just be cooked. I guess the only silver lining is that this change hasn't actually taken effect yet. Like I said, it's going to take place on February 1st, 2027. Now, what this means is that anyone who's close to reaching 4,000 watch hours right now needs to really hustle and try to get grandfathered in, at least for long form, which is what I'm trying to do. So for full transparency, I currently sit at this much watch time, which is, I think, a little bit over halfway, in order to get monetized. So I really need to hustle in order to get grandfathered in, because if I hit 4,000 hours of watch time before the update, I can at least be monetized for long form, even though the update will still affect my shorts, but at least I will be monetized for long form, which I don't mind because we're doing pretty cool things on long form. You know, we're plasti dipping our daily driver project car. We've got a whole, like Temu build going, update coming soon on how the mods are, by the way. But yeah, I just thought it was really, really weird that YouTube would claim to be doing this change in order to combat AI slop. Of course, we all hate AI slop, but this change seems like it's only going to affect the last few real creators left on the platform, and the only people, ironically, who are going to be able to meet these astronomical view counts anyway are the AI slop channels. So let me know what you guys think, and if you like these more information talkative type videos where we discuss a lot of car stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you'd like us to talk about next time. But yeah, until the next video, have a good one, boys. Peace.